The Metropolitan Transit System charges different fares for different riders. Students and seniors pay less than everybody else. Some of those fares haven't gone up in 17 years. Meanwhile, the price of just about everything else has. MTS Board Chair Stephen Whitburn says the issue comes down to a simple, stark choice.
If we're going to close the gap by increasing revenue, we have to increase fares. The alternative is cutting service, reducing the service that our riders depend upon.
Public testimony to the board was largely negative on fare hikes, several speakers saying MTS would be balancing their budget on the backs of those who can least afford it. But just a few feet away from the boardroom, a very different story. We came downtown to MTS headquarters to ask some riders what they thought if the decision comes down to between cutting service or raising fares, and our very unscientific sample tracked with what MTS has found out when they've surveyed their ridership. That is, that they would rather raise fares.
No, if it's a small rate, then I think it'll be okay for people. They'll probably still be able to do it, and a lot of people will be more happy because they'll still be able to get around as they usually do.
I mean, if they cut down service on the trolleys, then nobody will be able to get around at certain times and stuff. So honestly, I say raise it because I know half the people don't pay.
Support of fare increases over service cuts also came from the transit advocacy group Circulate Planning and Policy.
We either make it a little bit more expensive to ride or reduce the service that MTS can offer. And unfortunately, if we reduce service, all we're inevitably going to see is less ridership, which leads to less fare box recovery revenue. And it's just going to continue what we call this transit doom loop of then additional service cutbacks, less revenue, and so on and so forth.
The MTS board vote was not unanimous. Some members said they didn't think enough other opportunities to raise revenue had been explored. But in the end, a majority approved a phased hike of fares. The recommendations now go to SANDAG, which is expected to make the final decision by June. John Carroll, KPBS News.